ऐसा जो कोई कहीं है, बस वो ही सब से हंसी है। उस हाथ को तुम थाम लो, वो मेहरबान कल हो न हो। A case of, like, being trapped in the wrong body, almost like, and accepting yourself for who you are. So, like, it's just a case of, like, like, never being comfortable with who I was and the people I was surrounded by, and this sort of, like, this world that was almost imposed on me by virtue of birth. Because I don't think I would have ever made a choice to be a gangster. And when I say I mean Jugnu. So, like, I don't think I would have ever made a choice to be a gangster if my mom was around, or if my sister was around, who, like, was part of my backstory when we discussed. She probably got married very early on, and then I was just, like, sort of left to be around this gangster father who never sort of, like, was proud of who I was, and just, like, constantly feeling trapped. My point is that I'm not afraid of, like, being stereotyped or whatever. I've been very fortunate to do films that sort of help me play characters, coming from different stratas of society. Some are dark, some are light, of course. Kho Gaye Hum Kahan, that's coming up, is a super light urban story. Malegaon, again, is a very light story that has a big dramatic arc. I mean, of course, when White Tiger came out, there was a couple of months where every Bihari or UP character that was written was being, people were calling me up and they were like, this is Bihari, but this is different from. So yeah, I mean, there are times when you face that, but it's ultimately your choice as an actor. It's you need to have the strength to say no to things, and then wait and be patient for that one thing to sort of come your way, or you find out, and then you hustle for it. You make sure that you get it. It's difficult to play any character as long as you choose to play the character. You know what I mean? Like, I choose to play characters that give me the chance to transform and to metamorphosize into something that I'm not. I never ever want anybody to look at my work and be like, hey, but that's, like, you were so natural that you reminded me of Adarsh. I think that's like the worst compliment for any actor, because I feel like as an actor, you really want to make people believe that you're the character. No, I've never wanted to be an actor. I was a singer and wanted to be a singer for the longest time. I don't know if anybody in particular inspired me to begin my journey, but I remember that when I worked with Manoj sir in Rukh, Manoj Bajpayee, and then Anurag Kashyap on a short film, it was working with the two of them that made me realize that I should take this more seriously. And that's when I decided to take a break from working, and I went and trained myself as an actor for a year. And that training helped me immensely to be in an environment where, I was reading constantly about plays, about we were devising plays, we were writing, we were acting, we were doing music, lights, everything. So it was an environment that really pushed my creativity. And yeah, so I feel like Anurag sir and Manoj sir were definitely instrumental in making me realize that I should take this more seriously. Basically, I never realized that Satish sir and Sri ma'am were together in Mr. India. It was working with Sri ma'am. I was 21 then, I hadn't worked with a star that big till then. And I was so excited to meet her also because my father was a big Sridevi fan. Satish sir, on the other hand, he played my father, So, like, we spent so much time together. So many stories were exchanged. So many stories about how Bombay used to be when he came. I'm very fascinated by Bombay 30-40 years ago, 80s, 90s का Bombay. So I would often ask him questions कि सर यारी रोड कैसा होता रहा 80s में, या उस टाइम आप लोग कहाँ जाते रहे चिल करने, या बीच पे आप लोग बैठते रहे क्या वर्सोवा पे. Just such a genuine, humble human and such a funny man. such a great sense of humor, you know. It always make everybody laugh. Like sabha bandna hota hai, bolte na jo कि dinner करते थे हम लोग, तो there used to be like we all used to like flock to the table where Satish sir was sitting है कि अकेले अलग अलग ग्रुप्स में बैठे हैं और सतीश सर जैसी एक टेबल पे आके everybody used to flock there कि sir story time. I can't believe that he's not there anymore, you know. It's so, death is such a weird concept. I've never understood it. It's so weird that one moment a man is there and, you know, you're having such a great time, you're laughing with him, and then he's just gone. You can never hug him, you can never listen to his voice again.